Good morning, guys. Happy Sunday morning. We're back in our normal home. Yay, finally. All right. So I'm just going to say this a couple of times here, just so everybody knows. Just in case something happens on this channel, if I get one more strike, that's 3, and this channel disappears forever. Okay. The backup channel is Pinball Prepping. A lot of you have already found it. Some of you guys haven't. That was where I've been posting the last 2 weeks while this one was in jail. So please go subscribe over there, because if all of a sudden I'm not here one morning, go look over there. I will be posting to both channels, just for the simple reason that I got to be very careful what I say on this one. All right. So we don't want to lose this one too. And if there's anything that has a modicum of maybe I'd get in trouble, it'll be over there, just because I got a little bit more leeway. So that's that. Other thing, if you all saw, obviously I am in the middle of harvesting black Krim tomatoes. I've talked about those many times. If you all want some seeds, please send me a self-addressed stamped envelope to the post office box. I'll probably be sending them out sometime in late September or something once the whole harvest is in. I'm saving seeds now, but as more tomatoes come in, I'm seeding them as we make salsa or do whatever. So we've got some seeds to share with you guys. Just send me a self-addressed stamped envelope. That way I can send them out. It saves me a ton of time. Do not email me addresses or anything. All I'm going to send them to are people that send me, the envelopes. So we'll go from there. All right. So this morning, we've probably all figured, hey, too many taxes, right? And I want to bring this one to you of why I keep harping on being as self-sufficient as possible. Okay, so if any of you guys have read the infrastructure bill, which of course, as per normal, Congress had this nice little Saturday session and passed parts of it. Okay, so now they're going into the final votes. They've had their debates and everything. And this is the $1 trillion part. This is the one that actually has something to do with infrastructure. Okay, this is actually working on roads, bridges, airports, railroads, whatever it would be. This isn't the $4.5 trillion one or whatever it is. That is every little pet project the Democrats have, for funding, gay ant studies in Taiwan or something like that. Nothing silly like that. This one's an actual infrastructure bill. The problem with this one is, and I'm also going to dispel a rumor that's going around. The problem with this one is buried way, way deep in it is a mileage tax. Okay. And let me dispel the rumor first. There's, a couple of you said that people are reporting that, it's going to be an 8-cent a mile tax. Okay. Let me stop you right there. They haven't even determined what it's going to be. The extent of the news on it, okay, is that the state of Pennsylvania recently began discussions on whether or not 8 cents was appropriate. Okay, so that's the extent of where this 8 cents is coming from. That's not in this bill or anything of the sort. So people saying, it's going to be 8 cents a gallon or whatever, that's bullshit. All right, so don't worry about that crap. All right. Personally, I think 8 cents a mile is going to be pretty ridiculous, because if you start taking let's say a little Prius or whatever, one of these electric cars that, tiny little shoe boxes on wheels, that gets 40 miles to the gallon or whatever it is. Well, okay, if it's 40 miles to the gallon, that means you just added $3.20 to a gallon of gas. Didn't think about it that way, did you? 8 cents times 40 miles is $3.20 plus the $2, and we're paying around here $2.80 for gas. Gee, now I'm paying $6 a gallon. Okay. But like I said, the 8 cents a mile is pure speculation, but something is probably coming. Now, why? Well, real simple. How does the government, both federal and state, get a lot of their money, especially to fix the roads and everything like that? the gas tax. Okay, you go to the pump and you see that little sticker on there that says, this amount of money goes to state, this amount of money goes to federal. That's added into the price of your gas. It's a lot already. But if they, again, not thinking of the consequences until it's too late, right? We've had all this, we need fuel-efficient cars. We need to have Honda, or Toyota Priuses and Chevy Volts and what's that shoebox? Smart car, all this sort of stuff. Well, the problem with that is if those cars sip gas like, nothing, well, they don't get any tax money. And of course, the government has one purpose in life, and that is to tax you. Okay, so they've got to figure out where to come from. Now, especially when you get into we want all the cars to be electric by 2030, like California said, or whatever it is. Biden even said he wants 50% of the cars by 2030 in the country. Okay, good luck. Now, if you do that, if you take out half the cars, you take out half the tax revenue. God knows the government's not going to give up any tax revenue, so they got to get it somehow. So this is why they're putting this in there. And so I know everybody says the same thing that I do is, well, fine. You know what? I don't drive that much, whatever would be. So, I'm not going to have to worry about it. But there's the catch. Okay. So where you get when you get your car insurance. And one of the questions they ask you is, how many miles a year do you drive? Okay. I don't know. I don't keep an odometer reading of my car on January 1st and, look at it on New Year's Eve and go, okay, I drove this many miles this year. So they take an average, okay? And the average American drives somewhere between 12 and 15,000 miles a year, okay? Multiply that number out times 8 cents, okay? And now you start getting 5-figure numbers, okay? Or wait a minute, I'm taking it back. Okay, so if I take 12,000, let me do this real quick so I'm not sounding silly or sillier than normal. If I take 12,000 and let's say 12,000 times 0.08, that'd be $960 a year in tax. Okay, where I got 5 figures, and that'd be $1 a piece. Okay, so you get $960. This is what they're going to do. They're going to estimate this stuff on you. Now, unless, of course, just like on your income tax, you can prove otherwise, because this is what's in there. Okay. The questions come on how they can determine what your mileage is, and this is what they're going to use, and this is where it gets goofy. Beginning ones are okay. Onboard diagnostic devices. You got your little backup camera or whatever it is, your car's computer connected, whatever it is. Hey, you have to go in, check your mileage at the beginning of the year before tax time. Okay, that's one thing. Smartphone applications. You got Google Maps on there. Here's your driving for the last month. You get that email every month. Okay. Data collected by the automakers. Okay, if your car you bought a brand new car and hey, you get your free oil change if you bring it back to the dealership every 3,000 miles. Okay, they know every time you bring the car into the dealership. So there's that information. Again, like I said, the data that's obtained by your auto insurance company, that would be it. The data that's collected by gas stations, your credit card, the camera that's pointing at you, if you know damn well it's checking your license plate every time. Real simple to run a database and go, here's XYZ123 in the gas station. Boom, let's just do a search for that license plate number. Poof. How many times did this guy fill up for gas? How many gallons of gas does he get? How many miles to the gallon does that car get on average? Poof, this is what his tax is. But the scariest one, okay, is the last one that's mentioned. And it's any other method that the secretary considers appropriate. I don't know, what? Pull a number out of a hat and go, this is how many miles you drove. Roll a couple of dice and go, that's how many miles you drove. I don't know, get a roulette wheel and go, woo, there's the ball. That's how many miles you drove. This is it, okay? Tax to death. You're going to have to prove how many miles you did or didn't drive, okay? Now, Not going to tell you any ways to skirt the system. Obviously, don't want to get myself in trouble. But this is what it is. So if you are more self-sufficient, which is going to mean you pay less taxes. Like I said, let's hypothetically say that 8 cents a gallon goes into play, okay? And you're driving, let's say my truck, okay, 20 miles to a gallon, if I'm lucky, all right? But that's $1.60 more a gallon on top of the $2.80 I'm paying for gas. Okay, now I'm paying $4.40 a gallon of gas. Start breaking it down that way and go, okay, how the hell can I save money? You know, we're all thinking about ways where, okay, I got to run into town. Let's not just drive a half an hour there and a half an hour back for a gallon of milk. What else do I need to get? Oh, I can stop at the gas station. I can stop at the hardware store. I can stop at the grocery store, and I can stop at the bank all in one trip, and that's it. Okay, that's what we're going to get to. This is if this is what this is telling you guys. This is the 1970s all over again. Just a different way of doing it. It's not going to be a gas shortage. It's just going to be they're going to make it. They're going to try to make it so it's so prohibitively expensive to drive, you're not going to want to. Okay. Prep for stuff like that. Start doing it now before this comes into play. Start getting yourself used to making one trip into town, doing all your errands on one day. Start getting yourself a schedule. You know, for the people that work, okay, I mean, not work, but the people that have to go to an office, this sucks. You know, especially if you've got a long commute or something. You know, I go back to, like I said, when I worked in Massachusetts, I had worked, it was about 20 miles, and I was 19 miles there, okay? Took me an hour and plus in Boston traffic at 5:30 in the morning. But, okay, 20 miles to work, 20 miles home each day, 40 miles times 80 cents, that's $3.20 a day to go to work. That's $16 a week, okay? You know, now you start going, okay, I make $15 an hour. You know, you're one of these $15 an hour minimum wage people. 1 hour's worth of work you work each week now goes to pay the taxes to get to work. Never mind the fact that the rule has always been you work Monday and Tuesday to pay Uncle Sam's Social Security and Medicare. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday is what you get to keep. Now your first hour Wednesday morning is gone too, okay? So we're getting to the point where half the money that you're getting close to half the money that you earn, Uncle Sam takes. And you thought you were in a low tax bracket, right? All right, guys, that's a Sunday morning brain teaser for you. Think about that one. But I just wanted to put it out there real quick that no, the 8 cents is not written in stone. That's what's been talked about in Pennsylvania. Please, 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 when you're hearing some stuff like that, double check, triple check the information. Make sure that what you're getting is facts, not speculation. So have a good Sunday, guys. Pinball out.